Let us settle into this moment. There is nothing you need to do right now. There is nowhere you need to go. Allow the attention to drift gently away from the external world, away from the objects in the room, away from the screen, and bring it inward. Feel the sensation of your own presence. Not the idea of yourself, but the felt energy that animates the body. Can you feel the aliveness in your hands? The subtle vibration in your feet? There is a hum of life that is always there, waiting for you to notice it. It is silent, yet it is full. This is the beginning of awakening, simply noticing that you are here, beneath the stream of thinking. Most of human life is spent in a layer of mental noise. It is a constant narration, a voice in the head that comments, judges, compares, and explains. We are so identified with this voice that we believe it is who we are. But listen to the silence that surrounds my words. Listen to the silence between your own thoughts. That silence is not a lack of something. It is the canvas upon which the universe is painted. When you touch that silence, even for a brief second, you step out of the stream of conditioned thinking and into the vastness of awareness itself. This is presence. This is the only place where life truly exists. As we rest in this spaciousness, observe a subtle tension that often arises in the mind, the deep, ancient drive to be understood. It is a heavy burden, is it not? The need to explain yourself, the need to make others see your perspective, to validate your emotions, to witness your history. We spend so much of our vital energy constructing a mental image of who we are, and then we spend the rest of our energy defending it, propping it up, trying to transmit it into the minds of others. We say, "Do you not see me? Do you not understand why I did this? Do you not realize how much I have suffered?" But look closely at this need. Who is it that needs to be understood? Is it the awareness that is listening to these words right now? Does the silence in the room need to explain itself? Does the sunlight falling on the floor need to justify its warmth? No. The need to be understood belongs to the ego. It belongs to the little me, the mental construct that feels separate, isolated, and incomplete. The ego thrives on definition. It wants to be solidified by the attention and agreement of others. If someone misunderstands you, the ego feels threatened. It feels as though its very existence is being erased. It rises up in defense, in anger, in desperate explanation. It says, "You have the wrong image of me. You must correct it." This creates a life of constant resistance. You are forever managing the perceptions of others, trying to control the uncontrollable. It is exhausting. It is a form of violence you inflict upon your own peace. You are holding up a heavy shield, terrified that if you lower it, you will cease to exist. But what if you did lower it? What if you stopped explaining? What if you allowed yourself to be completely, hopelessly misunderstood by the world, and yet remained at peace? Feel the weight of that possibility. It might feel frightening at first to the mind. The mind says, "If I am not understood, I am alone." But stay with the feeling. Drop the narrative. Let the story of you dissolve for a moment. Who are you when you are not trying to convince anyone of anything? Who are you when you are not defending an image? There is a moment of realization that is possible right now. A shift in perspective that changes everything. You realize that you are not the image people have of you. You are not even the image you have of yourself. You are the witness. You are the consciousness that perceives the misunderstanding. When someone misinterprets your words or judges your actions, they are not judging you. They are judging a thought form in their own mind. They are reacting to their own conditioning, their own past, their own pain. It has nothing to do with who you actually are in your depth. Imagine standing by a calm lake. If someone throws a stone into the water does not fight the stone. It does not argue with the ripple. It allows the disturbance to happen, and then, because its nature is peace, it returns to stillness. Be like the water. When you stop needing to be understood, you become transparent. The arrow of judgment passes right through you, because there is no solid wall of ego to hit. There is no target. This is true power. Not the power of control, but the power of non-resistance. In this state, you are free. You realize that your worth is not established by what others think, but by the simple fact of your existence. You are. That is enough. The flower does not need the bee to understand its botany to bloom. It simply blooms. You are life identifying with itself, waking up to its own essence. The moment you give up the need to be understood, you reclaim the energy that was trapped in that pursuit. You feel a rush of lightness, a sudden expansion in the chest. The contraction of me relaxes into the vastness of I am. Let us go deeper into this feeling of surrender. It is not a giving up in the sense of defeat. It is a giving up of the unnecessary. Imagine you have been carrying a heavy suitcase full of rocks everywhere you go. These rocks are your arguments, your justifications, your need to be right. Suddenly, you just open your hands. You do not throw the suitcase, you simply stop clutching it. It falls. You keep walking lighter, unburdened. Feel the relief of that surrender now. Breathe it in. You do not need to manage the world's opinion of you. You can allow people to think whatever they wish. Their thoughts are just thoughts, clouds passing through the sky of awareness. The sky is not bothered by the clouds. It contains them, but it is not touched by them. Be the sky. As you dwell in this realization, a profound shift happens in your relationships. You might think that if you stop trying to be understood, you will become distant or cold. But the opposite is true. When you no longer demand that others validate your existence, you are finally free to really see them. You are no longer using them as a mirror for your own ego. You are listening to them not to prepare a response, not to defend your position, but simply to listen, to be present with them. True connection arises from this presence. When you speak from a deeper place, not from the churning noise of the mind, but from the stillness of your being. And paradoxically, when you stop trying so hard to be understood, you become clearer. Your words carry the weight of truth, not the frantic energy of persuasion. You speak your truth, and then you let the words go. You do not chase them to ensure they land correctly. You trust the intelligence of life. This is the integration of awareness into the world of form. You can walk through a crowded street, or sit in a meeting, or speak with a family member who triggers old patterns, and you can remain rooted in this deep inner peace. You know that whatever happens on the surface, confusion, conflict, noise, the depths are undisturbed. You are the ocean, not the waves. The ego will still try to come back. It will whisper, "But they must know I am right." Smile at that thought. Treat it like a small child seeking attention. Give it a moment of awareness, and then return to the breath. Return to the sense of aliveness in the body. Return to the now. The now is the only place where you are free. The past is a memory. The future is a projection. Here, in this breath, there is no conflict. There is only being. As we drift toward the end of these words, feel the stillness settling in your cells. It is a biological truth as much as a spiritual one. Your body knows how to be at peace. It is only the mind that forgets. Trust the body. Trust the silence. You have touched something real today, something that cannot be taken away by any misunderstanding. You have touched your own essence. And now, the words fade, but the silence remains. If you felt the stillness within this message, stay. Subscribe not to follow, but to remember, again and again, that presence is always here, waiting beneath every thought. The true teaching is not in the words you just heard, but in the space between them.